The 16-year-old grandson of a well-known community activist has died. The Reverend Robin Hood confirming to CBS2 that a teenager shot and killed in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood last night was his grandson.
Now on this story, a man struck by a bullet while inside his Auburn Gresham apartment last night has died. Chicago police say the shots were fired outside the home. One hit the man in the chest.
Chicago's gang landscape has been shaped by decades of shifting alliances, turf wars, and internal power struggles. One of the most historically rooted and influential sets on the South Side is Foster Park, a black pea stone stronghold with deep ties to both the streets and the community. Known today as KeemWorld, the area around 85th and Loomis has seen both power and pain, loyalty and betrayal. This profile explores the legacy of Foster Park, its fallen leaders, and the brutal reality behind one of Chicago's most battle-hardened Black Pea Stone Nation sets.
Hey man, dude,
Foster Park to Motown,
hey, man. Yeah, but we in the gardens though. You dig what I'm saying?
We in the gardens.
Well, I'll be right back.
Man, we out here, bitch.
We out here in this shit, man. What's the deal, man?
Young Savage in the
Foster Park is a historic Black Pea Stone set that dates back to the 1970s. By the 1990s, the set had gained notoriety under the leadership of Reno Woolridge and his brother Dino, two powerful and influential figures within the Black Pea Stone Nation during that era. Known for its strong presence and street reputation, Foster Park has long-standing rivalries with G-Ville and has also been deeply involved in violent conflicts with Trey, despite both being under the People Nation Alliance. Over the years, the area around 85th and Loomis, now often referred to as KeemWorld, has remained a hotbed for gang activity, music, and street legacy. Reno Woolridge was a powerful and influential Black Pea Stone Nation chief from the Foster Park set in Auburn Gresham. Alongside his brother Dino, Reno helped build Foster Park's reputation in the 1990s as a dominant Black Pea Stone stronghold. However, Reno's rise to power would ultimately lead to his downfall. He was allegedly deleted by fellow Black Pea Stone leaders from Motown, a clear example of the internal power struggles and infighting that plagued the nation during that era. Reno wasn't just a street figure, he was a visionary who reportedly had plans to unify all Stone factions across Auburn Gresham and surrounding neighborhoods. But as his influence grew, so did the fear among Stone higher-ups who saw him as a threat to their own power. His death marked a turning point in Foster Park history and exposed the deep fractures within the Black Pea Stone Nation during the 1990s. Foster Park has endured years of violence, infighting, and war both with rival gangs and within its own alliances. The following are some of the most well-known fallen members whose deaths have left a lasting mark on the set and the Southside community. Crazy was driving when someone fired shots. He was hit multiple times in the head and chest. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. The shooters took a civilian driver as hostage and told him to drive to Simeon High School, where they fled away. The driver then went to CPD. DMan was shot and met his demise while sliding in Gator Gang Black Disciples, another casualty in the ongoing gang wars that define the street politics of the South Side. Deskee met his demise on October 18, 2010. In his honor, the term KeemWorld was adopted by those closest to him, memorializing his name and legacy throughout the neighborhood. Lil Deuce Foster Park and D-Money Jaro City Hattyway both met their demise in 2023. In a tragic double deletion in 2023, Lil Deuce and D-Money were sitting in a vehicle territory when two gunmen opened fire. Both were shot multiple times and later died at the hospital. Bino shot and met his demise on June 12, 2015. Details remain limited, but his death remains part of a violent chapter in Foster Park's recent history. Keem met his demise on September 13, 2015. Keem was a known figure in the Foster Park circle. The area is now often referred to as KeemWorld in his memory. Duke met his demise on September 2015, making him one of the older members lost during that turbulent year. In one of the more disturbing deaths, Cece was found strangled to death inside an abandoned building on July 7, 2015. The circumstances surrounding her demise remain unclear, but it added to the grim toll that year. Ty met his demise on September 20, 2015, marking yet another loss in what became one of Foster Park's bloodiest years. The story of Foster Park is not just about gang rivalry, it's a story of power, vision, betrayal, and tragic loss. From respected leaders like Reno Woolridge to rising voices like Crazy, Keem, and Deskee, each life taken leaves behind a void that echoes through the blocks they once called home. As new generations emerge and old wounds remain, KeemWorld stands as a reminder of both the pride and the pain embedded in Chicago's South Side. The names may fade from headlines, but they live on in street signs, murals, and the memories of those who knew them.